are here to discuss your upcoming fashion show.
Yes.
So
in Taller Tall Space.
it is titled Cranbrook Tour Trash Collection 2023, and I'm excited to learn more about it. So what are we going to see on Friday?
We're going to see about 12 to 15 looks, depending on what gets finished, what works. We're going to be seeing references to Cranbrook life, to Cranbrook experiences, to our experience kind of building relationships with each other on campus, virtually, through our work. I think hopefully what it will feel like is like conversations, like the energy of having a conversation in your studio on the runway.
Can you describe some of your vision behind the project?
Sure, yeah. I say we because I think this project has been completely a collaborative effort from the start, but it's also been something I've always wanted to do, is put out a collection. So this also represents my first collection, using things that I've collected, that I've found, that I've responded to coming to Cranbrook and since being here. So we're titling it Cranbrook Trash because that's what we are. And just thinking about how we can use the materials in our experiences, our shared experiences to create something together. This whole project kind of started and is happening very quickly, and it really came from Taller Tall Space as a like venue. In order to imagine the collection, I needed a place to see it. So we're excited. It started just kind of with a couple looks, and once I started talking with more people about it and more interest started developing, more ideas started coming up, and one look leads to the next, and one thing brings another person and another idea and another technique or another concept.
Could you talk a little bit more about how those collaborators came together and how that started?
I think conversations with you specifically about Taller Tall Space, about just incorporating the work of and the works of people all over the campus. We don't know everything, but together we can like do a lot. In order to collaborate with each other, it's like this amazing moment where I can get high quality like consultation or assistance from someone who is a professional that I would never be able to afford their work otherwise at this moment. But they're willing to because they're like excited about a project, and we're all here kind of trying to push ourselves in our work. And so it's been really great because like every day it seems like we're able to involve another collaborator in the project. And by the time we get to the show, I'm really hoping that we can feel that, or it's sensed in the work just inherently, just because everyone is just bringing what they can.
I know you said you've really enjoyed working with Ashley.
Yes.
What's that been like?
I'm really excited working with Ashley because she's bringing, I think we have just looking at our putting our pieces together, there's already like a conversation of just the work, and then just as a person we're getting to know each other. I mean, it's hard to talk too much about it because we've really just started working together. But I have a sense that it's going to be a fruitful relationship moving forward.
Another question I had, and this is something we've talked about, but is like this whole event is going to be super fun, and Taller Tall Space is a very creative and silly environment. But I also know that there's like this seriousness that's coming to the project, or at least that there's like something deeper other than it just being like this silly thing that's going to be a fun event for people to attend. But can you talk more about some of the other ideas that are like underpinning the project?
Sure. Yeah, it's difficult to talk about the work super seriously. I think I feel most serious about the work as I'm making it. What I mean by that is I take the craft seriously, or I take the quality of the construction seriously, even though it's something that I'm learning. Because it is kind of really, if you think about it too much, it's just so stupid, everything that we do.
Yeah.
but there's something about doing something really stupid fearlessly, and then doing all the hard work to legitimize that stupid decision. And that actually ends up being a lot of the work. It feels like a special event. Like it feels like this is trying to mark the start of like another season or another future. And so I'm thinking of it as like, yes, it is a party, but it's trying to be like an inauguration of some sort, or a ceremony of trying to break through to a new collective like experience or understanding, and hopefully we come out of the experience of the fashion show as like a stronger community. And I think this fashion show is meant to just be like as much of a gift as we can make it. And I think that's very much in the spirit of Taller Tall Space. It's meant to be like a space in which anything is possible, and we can, put on a high fashion show with, our trash clothes that we don't wear anymore, or that like we can turn it into something that has a new life. The other thing is I'm in the metals department, and we're object makers, we're very material focused, and we kind of believe in the spirituality of the thing, the material, the object, like has history, has memory, has a spirit, and I think clothes are very much that. I think, and that's why I think I do love the process of like, secondhand shopping, or like sourcing things that are, already have a life before. And yeah, I mean, as like a very much a queer artist, I don't really bound myself to like any specific ideas of gender. I like I'm very much about liberating all those forms, but playing with what exists. And I think building looks as a practice is really fun, because it just by changing an outfit, you can completely transform the way in which you feel, and the way in which you interact with the world, and the way in which people treat you. Your experience of having to dress in a way that's dictated by what is asked of you, as opposed to what you determine for yourself. And I think we're living in a world in which those things can be challenged, and like across across the board. And yeah, I think I really hope that, you know, people take away new ideas, or maybe are given the permission by seeing a look to challenge maybe what they wear the next day. You know, like that would be a huge win for the show, is if it like changes some, like the way in which someone might look at the way they dress, or even the way that our community is structured. I think, and then, you know, we're building this collection for the Cranbrook Academy of Art students. Making a collection of garments as someone who has no training in garment making has been like a really freeing experience for me. Somehow I find that there has been a breakthrough in my process with making this collection, where decisions are being made at a much more rapid pace than I've ever worked. I don't know, there's just so much of being an artist or being in art school that just feels like unnecessarily difficult, but this process has been kind of weirdly like easy, as much as, even though the work has been like intense and like hard, but like it's been, maybe easy is not the right word, but it just feels natural.
I think it feels really good if part of what we're trying to do with our art making is connecting with people, that like we're actually connecting with each other just through working on the project.
We are so used to critique, and we are so used to talking to each other about each other's work, that when we're doing a project where, you know, this project doesn't need to be critiqued for me, or I'm not asking for it to be critiqued, but yeah, I mean, I don't even know what that would look like, how to even critique a fashion show.
Yeah.
Because it's just, it is what it is. It's just, you know, so it's either fun, you either like it or you don't. It's more simple than like making something that has a specific sort of intention of affect or something. I don't know. What are the metrics of success for something like this? Like,
I think that's part, again, kind of where the spirit of Tall Space is. It's the hope is that it's creating this space where risks can be taken, experiments can be made, and there's kind of zero consequences, because it's meant to be this absurd space anyways. And so that's not to say that it's devoid of meaning, but just that it's trying to allow this like freer space to express yourself in whatever way you see fit. And so I'm really excited for the show on Friday.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone watching can join us.
Yes, please.
And the show, again, is titled Cranbrook Couture Trash.
Yeah, Cranbrook Couture Trash Collection.
And the show is on Friday night. Doors will open at 8:30, and then we will go from there. So thank you for joining me, Kiwi. Great to talk to you about the project.
Thank you.
Super excited.
Thank you, Color Tall Space. Thank you to the whole team.
Yeah, the team at Tall Space is super excited. So
it's been a pleasure, a privilege to work with everyone.
Yeah, same.